Alright, hello everyone. This is DayTraderRockStar for DayTradingRadio.com, and I am going to just put out a little research video. These are some of the stocks I will be following this week, the first week of June on the site. Probably about 30. I'll try to bust through about 30 stocks here, and then I'll break those down on the website with some buy triggers and stuff, and those will be sent out. The 10 best will be sent out on the 10 for 1,000 watch list, which will be on the site. But I just want to show you some of the different characteristics of some of the stocks, and want to just follow up by saying one thing that is so important to maintain your discipline and patience in this market. This is so volatile. One day we're up, next day we're down. We're selling off hard at the end of the day. We don't know what news is going to come out. This market's going to react on news. So even though things could be setting up in some technical levels, we always have to keep the news on our mind and just think that anything can happen to move the stock out of certain patterns. So that said, I do like the market here. I do like the overall markets here. I like that channel line break, and what I do like is not guessing which way we're going, but already pre-planning the trade out. So if we even pulled back here, I'd watch this lower trend line on the 60-minute chart. We got down here on that lower trend line. Way down here, wherever that lower trend line comes down to, it's going to be below that line, and that's going to set us up for a nice trade. But if the market decides to go higher, then we'll see those setups also. So just to get into some stock research today, we left off with here's a cheap one. I like it a lot. I was actually traded DAC over the weekend, and he made me look at it again. And I do like this setup here a lot. This is Brocade. The only thing I like about this, it's a slow-moving stock, but it has, a gap down. It's in that $5 range. It continues to come out with rumors of being acquired. The gap down is out of a nice channel here, and if we pull this level back down here again, you'll see that the move down in this channel comes right back down to the lower trend line. So very interesting level here. You already gave up 45 cents off of that low, so it's not that bad. I think you can easily go long here with a stop at 45 cents. So probably going to be watching that one. Probably on the watch list also. Broadcade. BRCD here. Goldman Sachs is definitely setting up still. We have a 3-day consolidation. I'll put the buy trigger on the site there. But Goldman Sachs seems to be in play here. You can see it a little bit better on the 60-minute chart. We broke out of a channel. We're consolidating. We're coming between the 20 and 200. A lot of things setting up on Goldman. Again, just going to roll through these, give you guys something to think about. Maybe you guys have stocks that I haven't seen you might want to send in, and I'll send out another video. RDY, Dr. Reddy. Been buying this one up. Love the strength in this one. Pushing right up against 52-week highs. Stochastics, everything looks great. Again, market moves with the market. Market has a little weakness. This could have a little weakness, but overall, it's showing great relative strength versus the market. Expected to break the $30 level. RDY. Deutsche Bank, a recent one we got into last week, off of this beautiful. I sent this out on the site earlier in the week, and I said, and got in on here. I said this is a beautiful trend line. It's a very tight trend line. We have a double bottom support here. We had a nice Barron's article on this one, talking about trading and valuation. Stochastics look okay, and we had that nice pop here. Now, I sold into that pop, and buying back into this dip. So even if it dips down a little bit further, I'm going to pick up some more shares. I think we'll probably stay above this trend line break. You can see very clearly on the 60-minute chart. Nice aggressive trend line break here. Very nice. Gap up. If we pull back here, it'll be another good buying area. Stochastics on the 60 are getting oversold again. Even if we hold up off of this level, I'm going to be buying when these stochastics get back down into an oversold level here. So right down here. We could take more of that, because each time we get that, we get those pops. And that's something we want to watch. And this is a reversal pattern. First real trend line break on the 60. And so this is going to be starting a new trend. So the reason we want to go here is because we're going to be looking for more upside here. So Deutsche Bank is DB. COV here. Another one on last week's buy list here. And again, on the daily, it was a beautiful pullback. We had a nice bounce here going into this week. It's consolidating, 3-day consolidation. Stochastics still look good here. There's a nice trend, a nice little trend line here, which we just broke out of. You can see this trend line here. We just broke out. We're holding the upside. So again, we'll have the buy trigger, an additional buy trigger on this one on the site. COV. We're going to continue on here. Kroger, CKR here, started picking up some Kroger. Brought to the site by someone on the site here. And again, very close to support down here at 19. The stochastics look good. Oversold quality stock here. Again, this is kind of a two-gapper. Whenever you see a stock, quality stock, that kind of has that kind of runaway gap feeling here, or that second gap. I use that second gap as that 1 to 5, 5 to 7 day gap rule here, and start picking it up. But I actually started picking it up a little early. Love it down here, and would expect it to come back up here. Actually, it did run up nicely and tag that gap resistance area up there, but expect some better things out of this one. Here's the 60-minute chart. We did pop up here and take out that gap resistance area. Here's the gap right between these two areas. So we moved back up there, which would have been the first target off of that 1980, which was not a bad move up here towards that 2050 area. But it still looks good. We're flagging out there. So Kroger looks good. MXL, an old IPO, starting to show some strength here, especially on the 60. We're starting to push up here, a little inverted head and shoulders. Still kind of early to pull this one out of the hat here. All right, but I think Monday and Tuesday might show us something. And again, without having bad news to the downside. Now, I know that the oil rig here has failed. More oil spewing into the Gulf. A lot of bad things happening in the world. So again, these all play little parts of this game here. This is an interesting CNA Corporation. Starting to look interesting here. Downward wedge pattern. Again, I'll probably write this one up a little bit better on the site. Going to continue this to truck on through here. I love Citigroup here. Citigroup still holding pretty strong. Stochastics look good. And believe it or not, another cheapie, Motorola. Look at this beautiful, it was a nice trend line break. Whenever we break out of a trend line and back into a trend line, that trend line becomes valid again. All right, this is a rule that I use all the time, and you'll see it happens. Meaning, we fell out of this channel. It was a beautiful channel. We had bad news. 5 to 7 reversal day. Pop back into the channel. Now all of a sudden, this is all valid again. And you can see we pulled back to the lower trend line right there and bounced off of it. So perfect example of that lower trend line still holding up. Pushed out here, pushed up against this trend line, showed us some resistance, popped it, came back, tagged it, came back, tagged it. Again, another rule: go by your closing price. Don't go by your low price. Whatever your closing price is on that bar is where you're going to go. So if your closing price is on or above the of the trend line, then it counts. If it's under it, yeah, it really depends. It gets tricky and gets real sloppy, then you work. Excuse me. I couldn't even get to my push button there. But anyway, Motorola looks great here. This is the daily chart, and this is one of these patterns that I look at. It's called a W pattern or slanted W. You get the first move down, their first retracement back up, and then the first pullback, and we hold off the recent lows, and then the next move is going to be up like that. So I'll show you good examples of that fast on AMAT. Here's a couple of these. Push down, first pop up, the first holding off the lows, and then push. Same thing just happened here. Push. And I was in these trades. So these trades happen more intraday too. Here's a good example on Chevron early on Thursday morning. I took this trade here long, right in this area. And the reason I was taking this here is because you had the first move down here, bullish gap up, first pullback, the first retracement, and then the pullback off of that retracement, staying above recent lows. And you just go in there. What you do is you have to just take a long there with a stop below this low right here, and you have to feel the market out too. So very, very good, beautiful trade this was. Moved right up. So I think we're going to leave that at that video right there. Let me see what else we got here. Let me go back out here one more time. I just don't want to get cut off on YouTube. The 10,000 watch list is usually about a 30-minute video that I post on the site, so I use it on my own server. But if you're getting these free videos on YouTube, they limit you to about 10 minutes, even though I'm getting better time from them. BlackRock's got another one on my focus list this week. I want to regain. Sold BlackRock, beautiful pickup here. Sold it right into the 20, had a nice 4.5 point move on it. Took profits. Looking to buy it on early this week. Still love it here. We had a nice little pullback on Friday. Might even you should have picked it up there, but we'll see what happens Monday. BlackRock, I'm going to throw a couple other ones out here. I'll discuss it further on the 10 for 1,000 watch list. Let's see what we have. The COV. Did we talk that one? We did the COV here. Deutsche Bank Leap, LEAP. Looking at that one. CHK is a great example. AKS, Johnson & Johnson, Nerede, and a lot of other ones. All right. So let me get this one out. Good talking to everyone. You can email me at ironaction@yahoo.com. I'm DayTraderRockStar for DayTradingRadio.com.